Okay, friends. So, exposing the liars. I'm going to deal with Cullen Smith a little bit more today because for 6 years, I believe he has been the perpetrator of a lie which he invented, which I proved false yesterday with my part one of this series, ongoing series. And I proved that Cullen Smith is a liar. He has been perpetrating, and I think he started the lie, that I did a deal in jail with the government in August of 2015 to teach Flat Earth to get out of jail. So, I proved yesterday that I was on higher side chats with Greg Carlwood in July of that year. I went to jail in August. In July of that year, the 22nd of July, it's on his channel. You can go to his channel, The Higher Side Chats, one word. Punch in that, I think some words, Santos, Bonacci, Ascension. Let me see, what else did he have? There you go, punch in those words. And here we are in his, yes we are in his channel. So there you go, see that July 22nd? Here's me, let's hear me talking about the, sorry about the shaking. I'm gonna try and do this as still as possible. Now let's have a look at this.
And all the greats who have ever said that the sun is three, it's a trinity. Yes, it is Sol Invictus, the soul of the solar system. Our solar system is not really, it's a cell. We live in a solar cell. We live in a sphere rather than on a sphere. But
okay, you heard that loud and clear? Okay, we live in a sphere, not on a sphere. This is before I went to jail. The internet's been slow since the hurricane. Just had it back yesterday. We just got the internet back yesterday.
The day the sun is closest to the Earth, and the sun's only about 3,000 miles high up in the sky, and so we've got a flat projector screen that the sun produces called Earth inside a sphere. The sun is doing circles above the Earth, about 3,000 miles away, but it is closer on July 4th.
Okay. So you just heard me there call the Earth a flat projector theatre screen. Theatre is the same word for Earth, by the way. And that's what all the ancient cosmologists say. It's a theatre, it's projected by the sun. It is enlivened and given vitality by the sun. And it's a flat disc inside of a torus field, inside of a sphere. So there I am, I'm a flat earther before I went to jail, okay? So let's just go and have a look at what Lifting the Veil has to say. This guy's a deceiver, he's satanic, he's a creep. At least that's what my niece Sonia Bonacci calls him. She unfriended him on Facebook and she will have nothing to do with this left-hand path degenerate scum of the earth. You read the message there, guys. Here's the real truth. I'm making a full video to show the whole truth. Oh, let's have a look at this video, Cullen. This is going to be really, really good. Oh, it's just going to be so good. It's so full of lies. We used to be friends and colleagues until he went to jail. His sister Bruna contacted me. Blah blah blah. He thinks. Well, at the time, I was allowing him to upload all of his rubbish on my Facebook page. I gave him my password for my Facebook page and promoting him because Sonia was more friends with him than me and put me onto him and kept telling me, you know, this guy's all right, this guy's all right, right? So, you know, we got to that point where I thought, well, that shows how I felt about him, that I would allow him to do that. So he's correct there, you see, but he stabbed me in the back. That's what he did, and he was telling lies for 6 years. And I want to use this to also remind all the other people, every single faceless keyboard coward out there who has ever suggested or implied that I would strike a deal with this satanic government, with Satan. Me, I call myself a truther, so I tell the truth. That's what I do. I tell the truth. I'm a truth speaker. I'm not a guru, I'm not your saviour. And don't think this is all ego, because I see people saying, oh, Santos hasn't lost his ego. No, no, this is about exposing these liars and bringing them to justice, okay? This guy's a degenerate. Rest assured that all his subscribers are all underage boys or retards. They don't like him. They pretend to, like my niece did for 6 years. She pretended. But she was the one who made all of those graphics with him in his panties and his boyfriends with him trying to fall off the bottom of the Santa ball with their soiled panties. And she laughed her head off. And all those other graphics. Sonia made those. And she would just, love it. She got her rocks off. She just kept encouraging me. Yeah, put this one up. And she'd make another one. Do this one. This one will be really good. This will get him. and Cullen thought has been using Sonia, my niece, as leverage to make me look like an idiot for 6 years. So that's 6 years of wasted time and ejaculation, Cullen. You've fooled yourself. You've fooled the world. You're a fool. This is the lie that you're saying, that I was raped in jail. I took a deal from the government in jail and was raped or something. That changed me. I took a deal to get out early if he promised to push flat earth disinfo psyop to the public. Well, the globetard, the Santa ball's a psyop, and you're going to see that because after I close this live, I'm going to do exposing globetardery part 1, 2-minute videos, until the whole world is going to be so entertained and so knowing that we live on a stationary horizontal plane as your ancestors knew, Cullen. Cullen, the word Cullen comes from Cohen, which means priesthood. He should be a priest, but he's a con artist. And he hasn't read any sacred scriptures because they all say that the earth is flat and stationary, right? So this guy's a new ager for one, and he's a panty prophet because he turns up in his underwear every time he's got to tell people something. He doesn't get dressed. Why all the pictures of Cullen with him standing there in his underwear? All right, go and look it up on Google Images. There he is in his panties. Everywhere he goes, he's in his panties. Normal people get dressed, Cullen. We'll get back to him. Let's go to poor Mike. Here's poor Mike. Oh, poor Mike. So, I posted this. All right, so I posted this. You gotta be kidding, the page isn't available. Well, it's here now. There it is, guys. There's the sun. What's wrong with the volume? Maybe there is no.
On day.
Yeah, there is volume. Okay, look at the sun, man. You can see clouds behind it. It's in a pool of clouds. The sun is a condensed rainbow. The rainbow is a projection. It's not there. The sun, the rainbow is not there. Your eyes see it there, but it's not there. You see, this is the sun, guys. It's in our atmosphere. Clearly. So, poor Mike, where's poor Mike? He has a little sook over here because he's as dumb as those vaxxers who believe in science. I'm a science believer. I got my vax. I'm looking after humanity. I am. I got my vax. I did. Yeah, I'm a science believer. Poor Mike, the science you believe in is pseudoscience. Cullen is a pseudoscientist par excellence in his panties, ejaculating all over his underage boyfriends. As I light up my spliff. So, Paul Mike says, sorry, no proof, my friend. So what do? Well, I do this.
All right, here's an eye-opener video. This is a 5-day time lapse up in the Arctic. Okay, you see the sun is going to go down. It's getting smaller. And here it's not going down, it's coming back around. Notice that the camera is moving 360 degrees. 1 day has passed. Okay, it's going to the second day. You can see the sun is moving down again and getting smaller, but coming back around again. Notice that the camera rotating 360 degrees. Second day. We're on to our third day. So if you look at this, this proves that it's a flat Earth. The sun's getting smaller again, coming back around. This is near the Arctic. Now, if this was if the globe theory held true, this is near where the access point of the globe would be. So the sun you shouldn't have to rotate the camera at all, really. You can see the sun getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a local sun, about 3,000 miles away. Once again, the Arctic is near the access point on the globe. Therefore, you shouldn't have to spin the camera 360 degrees per day. But here, this proves it. It does. Not only take note of the fact that the size of the sun gets bigger as it's coming towards noon, and then look, it's going to get smaller. Guys, wake up and share. All right, here's an eye-opener video.
And so poor Mike says, really? Come on, Santos. What don't you get about, here's my reply. So I'm using Cullen's words. He calls people children. You see, children, Daddy knows how to be a panty maggot with a capital Phi like no one else in history. I'm going to go down as Santos's little bitch and the greatest globe-tard, second to David Martin, of course. We're not going to leave him out. We're going to go after him forever and ever and ever. So here's Cullen in his panties calling all these people children. The guru. Actually, he's not a guru, he's a Mayavadi. Remember when you talk to Cullen, when you have any communications with him, give him Mayavadi Cullen. Call him Mayavadi Cullen, because that's a false prophet. That's in Hindus. They call them Mayavadis, false teachers. They believe in pseudoscience. On the one hand, Cullen's the type of those types that are the V people that believe in science, and they got their V to protect others. He's like that when it comes to the cosmos. He's got no idea. So I says to poor Mike, I say, child, you need more proof, do you? But anyway, the proof I gave, I ended by, anyway, there you go, Angela, smart girl, beautiful video, solid proof for those who know. Love and light, my friend. Thanks, Angela. Poor Mike, sorry, brother, not buying into it. One day you might be able to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. So you're saying that the Arctic is the most northern region? I said to him, after watching that video of the sun going around and around the northern pole, I said, not at all. If the Earth tilts at 23.5 degrees, as globetards say, then at the Arctic, this would be impossible to see the sun for 24 hours straight in the sky. Unless this guy is within, let me correct that, I do a lot of typos, I'm really hopeless with the keyboard. Unless, and I'd made another one here, 1/2 degrees, then at the Arctic, this will be impossible to see the sun for 24 hours straight in the sky, unless this guy is within 23 degrees of the North Pole, and then there would have to be some darkness where the sun would go below the horizon. You can do this experiment in your own home with just 3 ingredients: a dark room, a source of light, and a Santa ball tilted at 23.5 degrees. You will see that this is impossible on a globe. Sorry, not this. Dang diddly.
This is a 5-day time lapse up in the Arctic.
This one.
Okay, you see the sun is going to go down.
Why is the cameraman tracking the sun? Because the sun's moving and the Earth's still. See, if the Earth were turning, if globies say, no, that's the Earth rotating, then there would be a differential where that sun would be at its lowest point in every one of those 5 days, and there is none. There would be differential. The Earth would advance. You know, there wouldn't be such perfection. There can't be. The two cannot be turning. Only one can be turning. This proves it. And the sun is so big, twice the size, at the top here at noon, and then it goes to about less than half the size on the horizon. So poor Bob, Mike. So I said, you need more proof then. All right, let's take a ride on the Suez Canal, shall we? Here we go, guys. Now remember, we're starting our journey here at the Red Sea, and we're going to the Mediterranean Sea. 120 miles of flat Suez Canal. And the reason it doesn't have overflow or drain is because the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea is level. At least that's what the engineers said when they built it. That's what they said officially. That's why it worked, because the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea are on the exact same level, and this will prove it. I'm going to double the speed. Let's take a journey down the Suez Canal, shall we? Isn't this so much fun? Going down the Suez Canal, flat. Notice any bumps? Canal, flat. Notice any bumps? Notice any curvature? There's the Mediterranean Sea. At the same level as the Red Sea, 150, 200, 300 miles away. 400 miles away. It's, it's a flat Earth. 100%. 100%.
Small.
But here we have, oh no. Oh man. I did it. I was going to torment poor Mike. Let's go back. Let's do this again. I need to torment someone today. It's my daily duty to torment a globetard every day. It's my daily duty to torment a globetard every day. I'm just going to go down in history as the world's most pernicious and persistent and vocal and vociferous, passionate flat earther in the history of history. And I'm going to do it by pulling down the panties of all the globetards. And Cullen Smith hides behind the film debunkification, debunkification of the flat earth. The guy's so full of pseudoscience, he might as well work for the CDC and the pharmaceutical companies and, herd in those little children to the tents and vaccinate them because they're doing a good job for the community, and that's about as dumb as dog shit this guy is on debunkification. I'm going to go one by one and debunkify the ass off that guy, that jackass. Oh man, I'm going to have so much fun. I'm glad Cullen is still at that level where he thinks that's the go-to proof that the Earth, there's not a flat Earth. I mean, the guy's a fucking retard. He's a fucking retard on steroids. Doesn't know any of the cosmology. Doesn't know anything about how every ancient culture up until 400 years ago was stationary Earth. No idea. Fucking clueless. Morons. Absolutely disgusting. Disgraceful. Cullen will go down as a real disgrace. Oh, yeah. Here's Paul Mike again. I just want to see what else Paul Mike has got to complain about today. Paul Mike. Say a prayer for Paul Mike, guys. Pray for him. Pray for Cullen too. He's probably I don't know, he might be a nice guy. I don't know. He might be a nice guy, So pray for him so he doesn't go to hell, because he's on the highway to hell. And a lot of retards are following him to hell. They will perish in hell. Now, hell is a condition, guys. I'm not sending them to some lake of fire that, is symbolic. Well, it is. It's symbolic. I'm sending them to, the condition they're already in. They're in the ignorance of hell. So, poor Mike. So what else did I show him? All right, let's see what else I showed him. And this is still not enough, huh? Here's how it works. Anyway, that's Venus. Those are the inner planets as they go around the flat Earth. And this guy's just shown how it works. Pluto, that blue ring around the end, that's Pluto. But these are all the planets, and that's what they're doing. It's an electromagnetic coil, our solar system, and we're inside a torus field. We're looking at the flat disk of the Earth from above, and it's an and that's the hyperboloid in the center of the Earth, the tree of life, Yggdrasil, in the center. So there's the name of the film. The static geostationary model. Now, I showed him that, and still, dependent on the season, time-lapse would produce a different pattern. What month was that video recorded in? Santos is a legend. Well, it doesn't matter what Santos is, it matters what Santos says. And it has to be true. And I've proven beyond any doubt that I'm a man of truth. I just showed you and exposed you how Cullen the liar has perpetrated a lie against me for 6 years. He stabbed me in the back. He's a backstabber. So I took the password off him, and I attracted so many people to him. I wish I didn't, but those people like my niece Sonia, they just disrespect him because he looks like a retard, he speaks like a retard, so he must be a retard. Look at him. Why does he look like Sasquatch? Or an ogre? Or Gollum? Why does he look like Gollum and speak like Gollum? Why? Well, because he's demonized. He's a demon. Like David Martin. David Martin's a demon. Violet's boyfriend. It's in his name, David Martin, demon. He's a globetard too. She's a flat earther. She made the most famous flat earth video, or the best one that was ever made, ever. And she did this thanks to Violet, and she sleeps with a globetard who's a drunk, which means she's now demonized because he has passed his DNA onto her. He has lobotomized her, he's desecrated her soul, she's turned her back on this. She hasn't been posting for 2 years. She used to be very active. Veganism, flat earth, the truth, sovereignty, more truth, more praising me as her God and Saviour and the smartest and most intelligent man. Nothing will ever separate us. No drunkard, no abortioner, no globetard will ever separate our love. I will be eternally his partner forever and ever and ever and ever. And may the gods bless. No one will come up between us. Nothing. 3 weeks later, she's with Sasquatch, the globetard. And she's sucking on his DNA and getting really demonized. She's been lobotomized. I went to see her in California when I came to the Americas, and I could see demons all around her. She was totally demonized. I didn't know how there would be a possible way to save her, but I walked away from that, really. That was the moment when I realized she was dirty. She was very dirty. Her soul was dirty, filthy. Really dirty. But I mean dirty, because David is dirty. He's a fornicator, he's a drunk, he has multiple partners. These are the kind of people that are globetards. He'll probably go and get a jab too, because according to Violet, he is a liberal, a Democrat, a progressive. So, yeah, he'll be getting a jab, and we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll get more stupid because he's a globetard, and she smooches with him. I mean, that's her smooch bear, not smooch bum, smooch bear. And for 2 years, this guy has managed to keep her away from the truth activism. What's she doing? Playing in bars. Bar is another word for Satan, because that's where demons lurk. You see? They took people away from communities and put them into bars and entertained them in bars, because that's where they have their demons. The Freemasons do Masonic rituals in those demons where they go and play at, like Marco's Cafe. You see? They're very famous at Marco's Cafe. I've sold 157,000 albums. I think David would have sold about 12. I'd like an answer on that, by the way. David Martin, how many albums have you sold? Have you sold 14 yet? Let me know when you do. You'll get gold. You get gold for dunce from me and criminal. Fancy being a drunkard and putting people's lives at risk by driving on the roads, and the police have convicted him many times. I've got his police records. He went to court in April for hit and run. That's Violet's boyfriend. That's how you can fall from the stars to the stalls. I'm smoking a spliff, guys. I don't know why people don't know what a spliff is. It's weed and tobacco, organic tobacco. Okay, a joint is just weed, a spliff is mixed. In Mexico, everyone smokes spliffs. Okay, and I don't do it every day. I don't do anything every day. I have no addictions. I have no addictions whatsoever. All right, so here it is, the proof, guys. And to all of you liars out there who have ever insinuated and implied that I struck a deal with the devil, shame on you. Shame on you, disgusting scum. May the gods have mercy on you, because you know that I will be there standing next to you when you stand before the judgment throne. Because all of your, just as when a woman is betrothed by her father, some witness must come forward for them to be betrothed in marriage. The same is for you to be saved on Judgment Day, that all your accusers that know that you have lied against them, they will be standing there and they will give their thumbs up or their thumbs down. I may or may not forgive you. That'll be up to me. And if you know me well over the last 10 years, you know that I can get pretty nasty sometimes. Yeah, a guy came to kill me back in October 13th of October in 2019 in Eugene, Oregon, with a baseball bat and a knife, and 15 minutes later he was dead, like real dead. They took him to the morgue and buried him. They buried his ass, and he didn't like my flat earth. He didn't like my flat earth truth, you know. So he came to kill Molly and me and her dog, and he brought weapons, and his own weapons got him killed. And I applied for, Molly applied for government benefits for criminals, criminal crimes victims compensation, and I was getting treatments in Oregon for 2 months on the American government's payment, because it went to court, and it went straight to court, and it was a straight case. So all I did was gave a 5-minute testimony to a detective, and another one to another detective, as we walked through the scene of the crime, and they took that down. I didn't allow them to take any of my DNA. I didn't allow them to take. I allowed them to take my medical record, because I didn't request any treatments. I refused their stitching my wounds. I refused them scanning my neck and back, which were very, very, very sore. But I was walking around, and Molly and I were alive, and he came full of demons to kill me, which I'm a person who is surrounded by angels that protect me because I speak the truth, and my angels defeated his demons. It had nothing to do with me. I'm not boasting about any, great skill that I've got or anything. All I say is that if you're going to come against me, it'll end up like David Simonton. He crashed my computer 3 times in 2013, and 6 months after, he died in a car crash. And I've seen many people who've done similar things, and they've died, or their house got burnt down, or all kinds of bad karma has happened to them. So please think twice if you're going to come at me, because I'm a truth speaker. I've just proven to you, being patient 6 months, that I've been speaking the truth, and that lie that I struck a deal in jail is just a lie. And also, this is a call out to anyone out there, please, who can search for any content that I released in the months from March to July of that last interview I did, where there are 3 more incidents where I spoke about the flat earth, proving that I was flat earther for 6 months before I went to jail, not just a month before. So before the 22nd of July with Greg Carlson, that's the last interview I did, and then I went to jail in August, and it was a flat earth vid. So there's the proof. It's in the pudding. I've just shown it to you. And once again, I have been truthful. So let's put this camera on me a little bit. Turn that around. Yeah, so once again, folks, yours truly, Santos Bonacci, you can rest assured is a truth speaker. I've just shown you the liars and exposed them. I'm going to continue. This is part 2. There's more to come. And stand by for in the next few moments. I'm going to make some time for live, a 2-minute video. I'm going to do Proving the Flat Earth, part 1, 2-minute videos. I'm going to go to part 900,000. I'm just going to do one every day. And we're going to push all the Santa ballers off the bottom of the Jesuit global agenda globe, global warming, global economy, global governance, global religion, global community, global agenda, and there's no globe. Copernicus is wrong, his hypothesis is false, and Ptolemy, the astrologer, had the correct model, and that's the model that yours truly teaches. So shame on you astrologers who are Copernicans. I am going to pull your panties down. I'm going to make you look the fools that you are. How can the moon be a rock when it disappears for 3 days at the new moon every month? It just simply disappears. Well, because Ptolemy said, because when any body, luminous body, as he described all the wandering 7 wonder stars, he said they are entirely luminous. He said as any one of those bodies comes within 15 degrees of the sun, it comes under the rays of the sun, it becomes burnt, and therefore cannot be seen. So if the moon were a rock, and it passes the sun every month at the new moon, why don't you see that spherical rock? You're so fucking stupid, you globetars. You're so fucking goddamn stupid. Neanderthals. The Earth's orbit around the sun, you say, is an ellipse. The moon's orbit around the Earth, you say, is an ellipse. You say that the sun is 5 million miles further away from the Earth on July 4th, aphelion day, than it is opposite January 4th, perihelion day, where it is 5 million miles closer to the Earth. So therefore, we have an elliptical orbit around the sun, an ellipse. How can the moon and the sun be the same size when there's a solar eclipse? If the moon's orbit is elliptical and so is the Earth's orbit, how can they be the same size when they're always in different positions around that ecliptic? You have no brain power. You're brainwashed by hocus pocus, honky, shonky, wonky, dodgy, bodgy, bogus pseudoscience. And your bogus gurus like Cullen. And I'm about to start to pull his panties down. Watch for the discussion live on my channel on August 29th, the beheading of St. John the Baptist Day. I selected that day. And where I will be with Cullen. And we're going to start off with this thing that he's been talking about and where the proof is that he has that I did a deal with, he's going to come up with documents and where I signed a deal with, he's got all the documents, he's got all the proof, he's got recordings of me in jail, doing a deal, he's got the evidence, hard evidence, hard. He wouldn't tell a lie. He wouldn't lie to you, folks. Cullen would not lie to you. He's got a book now, and he's got Santa Ball graphics in there, and he's got the Santa Ball right there. CGI Santa Ball fuckery from Disneyland. The Disney boy. Oh, and the moon's differential is 30,000 miles. In the moon's elliptic orbit around the Earth. Wouldn't gravity suck the moon in when the moon is at perihelion? And wouldn't the Earth be sucked into the sun at perihelion? I mean, what the fuck? Isn't gravity constant? If we have an elliptical orbit, you stupid upside down spinning retards that I'm going to push off the bottom of the Santa ball, if we have an elliptic freaking orbit, ain't you scared you're going to get sucked into the sun on January 4th every day, perihelion? Stupid, dumb fucking lobe-tards. Read Bhagavad Gita, read Srimad Bhagavatam, where it says the sun is on a ramp and it goes up to the Tropic of Cancer, and you saw it on my screen there. You saw the sun in June. That was at the equinox between June 21st and July 4th. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because that won't happen when the sun's in the Tropic of Capricorn. And you cannot get image of the sun doing that in the South Pole, because it is the ring around the Earth which encloses the Earth. So we won't fall off the edge of the flat Earth. You can laugh all you want, but you will fall off the bottom of the Santa ball. You will, because you're too goddamn stupid. See all those stupid people who've gone to get their V's and then 3 minutes later they're dead as a doornail? Dead, like dead. These are intelligent people. These are doctors and scientists and freaking Eric Clapton and one of my legendary Aryan guitar heroes. But as dumb as dog shit. Sorry, Eric. I don't think Jimmy Page will go and get it. But Eric, you really let me down. Supposedly you know a little bit about sovereignty and you know what's going on. Your eyes are open, but you went and got that. Oh, Eric. You see, Eric is like Cullen. They're stuck on the globe, but they're gonna get pushed off the bottom of the Santa globe. All right, so guys, I'm gonna finish with this. It's a call out to anyone. Please, if you've got spare time, research everything that I released before July 22nd, 2015. Please, because I did 2 more interviews where I spoke about the flat Earth with a guy. I cannot remember who that guy was. And then the other one in March, April or May of 2015, I was with Ruth Ramos. And we used to do a show together. And in there, I made a real big drop of the flat Earth, that I was coming out with the flat Earth back in March of 2015. Those were the early days. So I was a flat earther early 2015. I can prove it, and I'm not a liar. I'm Santos Bonacci. I'm a truther. Yours truly, forever and ever and ever. Be blessed, dear friends.